Okay, welcome back, friends. Horticulturalists, plant lovers. Now, you remember we got this in the last episode, and we got this. So we need a red Abony plant in order to use this weird looking glass thing that we got. We still have no idea what this thing does. I'm sure it's in conjunction with something else here. And we got this map here, which I cannot for the life of me figure out. Now, we tried over here earlier. I thought in case this might be a crude approximation of this. This map might be a crude approximation of this, but there's still some things that I don't understand. There's some things that don't really match up. Because if you look, I mean, there's a little bit of a shady forest there or something, but there's no... I mean, I'm assuming that this dotted line has to be here for a reason. It's not just on there, and it's not on here. If we come down here, if we assume that this is this, which by now I'm pretty sure that it's not, then that means here we just keep going up the coast. But see, there's not this little knob here, unless that's that. But then if we keep coming up, there's no inner knob, and there's nothing to indicate what this would be. It doesn't look like the edge of the forest, and there's nothing over there. So, and I can't find... We can't rotate this, turn it any other way, and there's nothing else that I can see at the moment that quite looks like that feature. Assuming that's the land. I mean, that is the land, obviously. Assuming that this is right side up, there's no other place where the water looks like that, where there's a little peninsula or inlet or whatever you want to call it. Islet. Isthmus. I don't know. I can't remember my geography. Why are y'all grilling me? Okay, so hopefully this will make sense sooner or later, because we still don't know what this is for. We still don't know what this is for. So hopefully one of these machines will give us some... So I think for now we'll just call our next customer. Bethany Coleman is back. Thank you for your help and discretion earlier. Obviously. I don't ever remember who you are. The Sisterhood is grateful, but the news that the Arda was poisoned with Gilded Dendra has everyone worried. I would be worried too, my dear. The temporary acting order, Arda, is panicking. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but one of the sisters has gone missing. A runaway called Thea that we took in a few years ago. Alright, come on. What's next? We're trying to find her and Sister Charlotte. Remember that the Jacob's Worth plant is said to help locate people. The Jacob's Worth, I thought that was one that we had already found. I guess not. It's probably not going to make it that easy, is it? Alright, so Jacob's Worth, our unidentified plants are down here. It has these kind of leaves on it. People tend to be drawn to the unusual flowers of the Jacob's Worth, but it is the leaves that has the most interesting properties, that they will point the way towards any person you wish to locate. Have been used successfully to find many a lost wanderer out on the fells. So I'm guessing these are the leaves. Not immediately seeing anything. We haven't looked at this yet. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Hint, hint. The leaves seem to have a mind of their own. Hint, hint. Let's drop it here. Very good. It's a pretty plant too. Wouldn't mind having one of those for myself. Alright, Jacob's Worth. Now we got Solomon's Sceptre, also known alarmingly as Hell's Gate and sometimes Solomon's Scorn. The flowers of the plant are commonly used in witchcraft and other satanic practices. Many sweet-smelling flowers grow along the stem. Many sweet-smelling flowers grow along the stem. The devil usually does hide inside of sweet-smelling flowers. What was this? Jacob's Worth. Very good. Very good, Jacob. So now you're going to go down here, because you have been properly identified. Sweet-smelling, light purple flowers. The smell is alluring. Those are growing along the stem. Those could be what we were just talking about. But we don't know. We don't have any way of... confirming until we get the actual customer. Give Hellbore another pat so that the bell doesn't alarm her. I read about a wonderful sounding ornamental plant, but my book didn't say what it was called or where to find it. It has curled leaves and a dark blue flower. Curled leaves and a dark blue flower. This has got a dark blue flower. The dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache. Probably not that one. I wonder if this is one of them that we've already... This has got dark blue flower. Dark blue flower smells like sweet rhubarb. Those are not I wouldn't call those curled, would you? Now, could this be a plant that we already have? So these are not dark blue. Those are light purple. These are dark purple. I mean, as I consider this purple, dark blue flower. But I wouldn't call those curled leaves, though. Dark blue petals. My fingers ache. Right, so those might be curled. And this could be dark blue flowers, dark blue petals. Okay, could be this one. Well, we know it's not Lady of Summer. Not that one. Curled leaves and a dark blue flower. So we don't even know what it is. That wasn't the right plant. They must be more prepared next time. Flowers are smaller blue flowers and they smell pleasant. And do we have any other plants that have not been identified yet? I don't think we have. This has got a single sweet smelling dark flower and a dark blue flower. Could it be this one? Lady of Summer? Yes, it was Lady of Summer. Alright, we already had that one identified. Didn't we? I thought we did. Bit of interestingness here. Maybe we thought it was... I don't know. Why did we think we had it identified? Maybe people will ask for the same flowers over and over again until we move the story forward. We've had our eye on you for some time now. Join us. Praise the Dendra. I wonder if these are the people that are playing the witches. I represent a group called Seeds of Redemption. Your expertise would be very useful to us, and we have much to offer in return. Let us know we can count on you by leaving a single St. John's poppy flower outside the Sagil Church before Friday. Do not make the mistake of ignoring us. Praise the Dendra. Ooh, St. John's poppy flower outside the Sagil Church. I mean, obviously, we need to at least see what they want to offer. We can always just betray them later. We already know what the St. John's poppy looks like. Seems like we already had it. Wish we could search these. I'm not. You think I'm going to sit here and go through and put these all in alphabetical order? All right, so there's our St. John's poppy. We're going to put it right there. Okay, so it's the red one. Outside Sagil Church. And normally I would stay away from these type of people, but this is a game. The church isn't hard to find in this small hamlet of Sagil. This must be the place. Indeed it must. Now where did the St. John's poppy go? There it is, St. John's poppy. Use plant. Plant identified. Yes, we already knew that. Just for using the same plants over and over again. So that's been taken care of. I think I can put that in the archives now. That hellbore. Ring the bell. Verona Green. I've returned from Swinside. I must admit I was hoping for more to go on, but there were certainly signs of a ritual having been performed at the stone circle. Yes, yes, come on. The poor victim, well, the less said about him, the better. Reuben had it right, though. Grisly. I have the beginnings of a theory, but I'd like to run some tests on a sample of the Gilded Dendra. Now, why? See, it would be nice if we could just click on this and it would automatically give us the Gilded Dendra. All right, so let's see, because we've already identified that one. No, we haven't. Okay, Gilded Dendra. Do not drink the sap of this plant. The lips and veins will turn black, and the blood succumbs to Dendra's miasma. A sure and painful way to die. Poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. I do believe we have seen one of these up here. Something, something, dark purple flowers. What's this one? Smells like rhubarb. Fingers ache, dark blue petals, soft dark blue. Alright, the poison. The poison is so potent that even touching the leaves of the plant can be painful. Okay, so is this it? Alright, Gilded Dendra. Now that should, I guess that's the gilding on it. Okay, collect. So we got our new book entries. Maiden's Sorrow. Rubbing the soft leaves of this plant between one's finger and thumb is said to help prevent the mind from wandering, providing a focusing effect. I could use this with a lot of my students. Dolores Spinato. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it is the thorns along the stem that are thought to lend it its name. Alright, this was Gilded Dendra. Get it labeled. For the journal, we'll give it a yeller, because now we know what it is, and off it goes down the shelf. Not gonna put them in order just yet. What was our new flower? I don't know. Well, it'll come to it sooner or later. Okay, who's this? Who's next? Anne Wood. My aunt died 2 weeks ago, and I inherited her house. I have been sifting through her possessions, and last night I found something unusual. In a forgotten corner of the attic, I found a coffin. More unusual still, it was bound by strong vines, so strong that I cannot cut through them. I immediately thought of your shop. You know about plants, right? A royal Gentia. Why does she need a royal Gentia? What will that do for her? What will a royal Gentia do for her? Sometimes called Everheart, the pink flowers. The pink flowers of the royal Gentia are made up of 2 large kidney-shaped petals. One of the few known ways to release the bind of swift snares, to apply a paste created from the sap of the royal Gentia. Pink flowers. This has got a pink flower. Single pink flower that's most pleasant. 2 large kidney-shaped petals. That's definitely not 2 large kidney-shaped petals, though, is it? These are not pink either. Gray-blue. I believe I have all my identified flowers down there, and we do not have any royal Gentia unless it's a mushroom. I do know about plants, but I do not... Oh. Everheart. This is the one we thought we did. I don't know why I was down here. It should have been down there. Why is it down here? And this must be my other one. I'm sure pink flowers. 2 large kidney-shaped petals. I guess those look like kidneys. I don't know. Let me see if my kidneys... Yeah, it looks just like my kidneys. Alright, so. Put this in here. Royal Gentia. I remember that. Royal Gentia. That's it. Now we got another book entry for the Elderfinium Mayora Cordalis. Petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to slowly turn black, eventually resulting in a painful death. It has an intoxicating scent similar to that of Solomon's Sceptre. Okay, so this was Royal Gentia. We know that for a fact. Jack. There we go. Click-a-maroo. It's on there. So now do we want to end the day or do we want to take another shot? We'll look at the map for a second. So Swinside. So that's where the... So the stone circle is Swinside. Have we already been there? Shudder at the thought of what happened here. If these stones could tell us what they saw, a chill comes over me and I realize that I don't want to linger. Oh, great. What I get for snooping. Now I'm closer to Rising Dread. I think the only thing with the Rising Dread is just you just have to solve a puzzle, which is not that big of a deal, except for me, which I hate. I'm not gonna say I hate puzzles. They just have a... They make me feel inadequate. I don't know why. I'm not horrible at them. I just... I don't know. I like to think that I'm smart, and sometimes puzzles don't make me feel smart, like math does, or teaching, or watering plants. I don't know why I'm doing this. So I want to take another shot at that. Well, we're not going to be able to find that, so let's just put that up. End our day, see what our next clue is. Alright. Take from the deck. 5 miles south of the tallest but one, it grows in peace in the midday sun. 5 miles south of the tallest but one, it grows in peace in the midday sun. Before she left, she returned to her hiding place and carefully retrieved the book, her excitement building as she did. She couldn't articulate what was so alluring to her about the book, but by now it had become an obsession. I wonder if this is the book about alchemy that we're talking about. I mean, not alchemy, this other stuff. 5 miles south of the tallest but one. Of the tallest mountain, of the tallest tree. All these mountains look the same. 5 miles south of the tallest but one. It grows in peace in the midday sun. Tallest but one. Undermere, Scawfell Pike, Red Pike, Great... Oh! Alright, 978 meters. So that's... 978 is... the tallest, it looks like. 978 meters... So if that's the tallest, what we just saw, anything else? 978. Anything bigger than 978? 573. Look for the mountains. Woodbarrow is only 215. Old Man is 803. Woodfell 573. Black Comb. Alright, so maybe this one won't make me feel like it is. So Scawfell Pike is 978. Anything? We'll put that right there. Anything bigger than 978. So 978, 902. That's Bowfell. Is there anything taller than 902? Sorry, you can't see my mouse moving around. 902. That's Bowfell. 902, 902. It's the tallest but one. Scawfell Pike is the tallest. The tallest plus one is Bowfell. Each one of these is a mile, so we would have to go 5 south. Not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to say I-14. I'm going to look around for anything taller than 902 real quick. 902. 902, Great Gable, 826, 692, 978, that was a Scawfell Pike, 902, 609. Alright, 5 miles south of Bowfell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The forest here is lush and vibrant. The bird song feels enchanting like the call of sirens. Nestled in the undergrowth, under the shade of a birch tree, a plant grows. Alright, so now we have found a new plant. It looks very, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's put it down here. We need to open up our drawers. Gotta get in my drawers to see what this thing says. A large blue flower with an odd protrusion. Odd indeed. Wait, is that the flower that... What is this? Red ebony. That doesn't look like a red ebony to me. Alright. Pet, 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 pet. Donk-a-donk. And wood's back. I was able to strip away Swift Snare's vines and lift the lid with more than a little trepidation, I'll admit. My relief, but also disappointment, often contained nothing but dust. At least that's what I thought at first, but I looked closer and discovered a golden amulet embedded in the gray ash. On the back of an amulet is an inscription that says, "With Solomon's Sceptre, I awake." Solomon's Sceptre, that's a plant, right? Why would she want to open up? What is this? Doesn't she watch movies? As Solomon's Sceptre. Also known alarmingly as Hell's Gate. Okay, the flowers. Many sweet-smelling flowers grow along the stem. Okay. So... commonly used in witchcraft, Solomon's Scorn. Sweet-smelling flowers grow along the stem. Dark purple flowers. There was one that was here. The smell is alluring. So are those the... Alright, so I don't know what the... Are those the flowers, or is those the... Yeah, those are the flowers. That's the flowers. So this must be Solomon's Sceptre here. Find out. The purple one. Solomon's Sceptre. That's it. Solomon's Sceptre. And we get another book entry. But you remember that was Solomon's Sceptre. Long Verakund, sometimes called Witch's Remedy. The Long Verakund is believed to lift curses. Small leaves grow in pairs along the stem. Okay, so this was Solomon's Sceptre. Needs to go down here. Solomon's Sceptre. Go. Now you'll go down here. I'll put you down here in our recently identified plants. Pet the cat. Pet, pet, pet. Ring that bell. David Shaffair. Read the letter, huh? I heard a shepherd got killed by some wild beast up near a Swinside Stone Circle. They say it slaughtered half his flock as well. People around here don't seem to be bothered, but it's got them panicked down Foxfield way. Another letter. Intimere Eye. And I wonder who this is from. Is this from our friends? Intimere Eye. Is that a lake or a mountain or what is it? Intimere Eye. For Creek, Listing Castle. Just like it when... Alright, so here's Kentmere. What's the Kentmere Eye? Here's the daughters. Here's Kentmere. Would it be something other than that? Let's go. I descended into the pleasant valley where the village's Kentmere is situated. On my way, I passed the Brockstone, or Badger Rock, which has always been popular with local children who challenge each other to scramble up its craggy sides. I make a beeline to the village church, St. Cuthbert's, which is sheltered by an ancient yew tree. There are many plants to admire among the headstones and tombs, but sadly nothing extraordinary for me to find today. Okay, so that wasn't it. So now we just have to wait for that to recharge, and then we'll try and find Kentmere Eye again. Alright, let's ring the bell. Oops, forgot to let her know. Alright, Verona Green. Well, this is getting interesting. I was able to confirm that it was indeed Gilded Dendra that was used at the Swinside ritual site. That's a worrying sign. It's a plant that is used in several of the darker incantations, and it can't be a coincidence that the very same plant was used to poison the Arda. There must be a connection between this other murder and the Sisterhood. I need some mental clarity to think it through some more. Maiden Sorrow would help a lot. Maiden Sorrow, I'll bet it would, wouldn't it, lady? People taking drugs around here? Maiden Sorrow. Alright, what does this one look like? Rubbing the soft leaves, right. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully. I think we saw some mournfully drooping flowers earlier. Thorns along the side. The flowers of this plant droop mournfully, but it's the thorns along the same to give it its name. This is a single pink flower. This says flowers. But do we have any other pink flowers that are drooping? No, we don't have any other drooping at the moment at all. This really should be down here. Alright, so is it this one? Maiden Sorrow. Alright, so this one, not quite what I anticipated, but still. Maiden Sorrow. And we've got Red Abony. Okay, so that... Alright, so let's do this first because it's kind of important. Maiden Sorrow. And knock that like that. Move you down here to identify plants. Some Red Abony. If we already have some. Red Abony. This plant is said to uncover that which is hidden, including buried treasures and secret writings. Red Abony is extremely rare and not well studied. Blood has been spilled over this plant, which is where the red part of the name is believed to come from, since confusingly, the large flower is in fact blue. Well, well, well. A large blue flower with an odd protrusion. Oops. Okay, so is this the odd protrusion? That is the odd protrusion. So Red Abony. So how do we use the Red Abony with the plant? I mean, with this thing. So here's this. I'm going to place the Red Abony there. There we go. And now what can I do with this? Okay, so those are all lit up now, aren't they? Can I do anything with this? No, can't do anything with that yet. Can't do anything with this. Nope, nothing on there yet. So this, can this be adjusted at all, or turned, or moved, or anything like that? Right. What about if I look on the... It works. Alright, so, well, that's one way to know that it works, I guess. Otherwise, invisible to the naked eye. Is there anything on here? A kit mirror eye? No. What about on this thing here? No. But if I do this... Okay, so if I do that... Can I make them all the same thing? I can, but is that what needs to happen? I don't know. Oops. So there we go. Nothing different. All right, let's look at the map and see if there's anything different on the map. Oh, Tomb of the Hunter. Okay, well that's interesting. The Great Oak. Elder Finium. And so that's helpful. I don't think I want to go there. All right, so let's go to the Tomb of the Great Hunter, which is 1 down and 2 over from White Scar Cave. 2 down and 1 over. 2 down and 1 over from White Scar Cave. 1 over and 2 down, right? Alright, whoever wrote on my map has been very helpful. I would never have thought to come out this desolate place in search of a plant life, but search yields hiding results. New plant acquired. This was our Elder Finium. What it said, strong sweet aroma. Wonder if that's in our book. Elder Finium. Still, even though it was in our book, I'm still going to give it a red label. Just in case. And then what else is in our book? Elder Finium. Petals of this flower can be brewed to create an antidote to Dendra's miasma, a deadly poison that causes the blood to... Alright, so that's that. So we have an antidote to Dendra's miasma, which we may need in the near future. Alright, so we can't use the map at the moment. None of these other things. So we still don't know what's up with that, or what's up with that. So I don't think we need this anymore. I'm going to get these other plants before I worry about this Kintamere Eye. Let's go ahead and take care of another customer. Reuben Ward. Looks like I'm going to have to make a trip to Blackcomb. Ronan noticed something at the Swinside site that's had me pondering. A piece of slate with a symbol drawn on it in black. Can't think of anywhere else around here where you get slate from. That and Bradley Miller keeps insisting that he saw something of a Blackcomb. But then again, Bradley Miller does claim the fairy stole his wheelbarrow. That happened to me once. If I'm going to spend a night out in the hills, I want to take some eyebright with me. Wouldn't want anyone sneaking up on me in the dark. What does this mean? Reuben works with... Alright, so... Okay. Why does his show up differently? I never noticed that before. Alright, so he wants some eyebright. Do we have some eyebright? I don't know why I run away. Take care not to touch brightly colored thorns. We only have one plant. We only had one plant that had thorns. Right? No thorns on that plant. No thorns on that plant. No thorns on that plant. And on that one. All red berries. This is not worryless. There's obviously no thorns on this thing. This is Elder Finium, we think. I'm going to move that down there. Was there anything else that we weren't sure about? Hinchuck does not have thorns, but I'm still going to move it down here closer to the... Because we don't know what it is. None of these have thorns, right? Small amount of light, that would be useful. Alright, so I don't believe we have any. That's not it. I don't believe we have any at the moment, sir, so you're going to have to wait for me to go exploring some more. But that is a good place to end this episode, because we're right at 30 minutes. I thank you for being here. And I will see you soon.